I'm Kim Castro, meteorologist at KHOU 11, and here is your detailed weather forecast as we go into Labor Day weekend. We're going to start off with what it's been looking like across southeast Texas. So here's a shot at the coastline. Lots of cloud cover. This has been the entryway for that coastal low that's been hovering between the upper Texas coastline and Louisiana. That's what's going to bring us rain chances for the next 7 days. Have a look at the Gulf Freeway. This is looking at downtown. Pretty stormy looking shot. It's a dreary view, and you're going to see that for a good chunk of Friday into Saturday. We'll have peaks of sunshine here and there, but we'll also be factoring in some downpours for all that moisture that's coming in. The Galleria shot, Westheimer and Chimney Rock, you'll notice those clouds now starting to dump down, kind of this rain sheet that's pushing through the area. That's a really cool shot that we have going on. So rain moving through the city right now, 77 degrees. Rain, by the way, when those raindrops come down, they evaporate, and evaporation is a cooling process. So that's why temperatures have been trending below average for this time of year. How much rain have we gotten in just the last few hours? Today's totals for the coastline, anywhere between 1.5 inches to closer to 2 inches for Hotel Galvez, closer to 2. Up the Gulf Freeway, we've got plenty of 2-inch rain totals, and that is just for the first part of our Friday. So it's no surprise that by the time we head into next week, with each and every day seeing a healthy rain chance, we could start to add up those 2 plus 2 plus 2, at least 6 inches of rain along the coastline. I think we'll actually end up getting closer to 8, and then a widespread 2 to 4 inches. The further north that you go, the farther away we are from this coastal low, so those counterclockwise rain bands have a harder time getting up here. And that's why you see rain totals that are a little bit more tame, 1 to 2 inches for Huntsville, for Conroe, for Bryan College Station. Let's take you through Future Track in case you have any Friday night plans. Oh, you have Friday night lights for all the games today. I think there's a chance for an isolated shower here or there, but we're not seeing lightning out there, which is good. These storms aren't charged, so I don't foresee too many issues. Okay, so we'll take you through the next few hours. Like I talked about, the counterclockwise bands filtering into the woodlands, getting down near the airport, down 290, so maybe even stretching into Cypress. That's a probability for the commute home in case you are at the office today and you were thinking, hey, when should I avoid travel? I'd say between 4 and maybe 6 o'clock. Looks like we'll see some of that moisture trying to funnel into the Sugarland, Richmond area as well before we see a nice little break during the overnight hours. But if you are spending the holiday weekend along the coastline, you can pretty much bank on a pretty misty, rainy to downpour type forecast for the rest of the weekend. Temperature wise though, the cloud cover and all the moisture out there is helping. Temperatures today look to peak at 88 degrees, so that's a good 6 degrees below what's average for this time of year. And the forecast as we head into Labor Day weekend is going to be pretty similar, maybe a degree or two cooler. Those rain chances staying with us at least 50 to 60%, so it's a trade-off. Yeah, you're going to have to dodge some showers, especially if you had a beach day plan. That's not the most ideal. However, at least we won't be sweating too much. It's not going to be sweltering like it has been the last couple of weeks. So that's at least a good benefit of all the moisture. If you're planning to travel, if you're driving to see family or friends in Austin, maybe you're going to South Padre Island or Dallas even, there's a chance for you to see some scattered storms. Notice, I think the forecast for Dallas and Austin Saturday and for at least a good chunk of Sunday is going to be mostly cloudy, but not a lot of rain in the forecast. I think the rain chances start to increase though for Labor Day Monday. You could even see some storms. How about if you're heading east going to New Orleans? Well, like I talked about, that coastal low favors the upper Texas coastline towards Louisiana, so they're going to have more rain. So the further east that you go, the more soggy that your holiday plans are going to be. And then the further west that you go, the nicer it'll be. So if you're going to El Paso, for example, you're not going to see shower activity, and you should be mostly humid, hot, kind of what you'd expect for this time of year. Flood risk, because we do have this repeated cycle of moisture in the Gulf, it's there, and it's going to be elevated. It's a level 2 on the 1 to 4 scale for the coastline. So Galveston, Chambers County, even a portion of Liberty County could see some trouble spots. So what I mean by that is that if we get a quick 2-3 inches of rainfall in some areas that, those that are a little bit hard to maneuver, like the feeder roads, you might have some ponding, you might have some slowdown. So just try to pencil that in, meaning don't rush. Give yourself extra time to get to where you're going. Harris County has a threat, but it's marginal. It's the lowest threat on the 1 to 4 scale. Saturday, it's pretty much a similar setup, except it shifts a little bit further north and east. So Liberty, Chambers, Galveston still have that slight threat. And then as we head into Sunday, the threat starts to diminish a little bit, but still being mindful of the coastline and of all the moisture that we could accumulate. So far on our Friday, Harris County has been just cloudy and drizzly, a couple of isolated downpours here and there, and a lot of the activity, of course, focused along the coastline. This is the coastal low that I've been talking about, so a lot of activity. Luckily, it's a little bit further south. This is about, the center of this is probably some 150 miles away, and so we just get that wraparound moisture, and that's where the convection is too. So right now we haven't seen lightning strikes, which is good, because when we do have that lightning, that means we all have to head inside. This is the snapshot of what you can expect for the next 5 days. So you'll notice some lighter green, so meaning there's going to be rain around, but I don't think it's going to be the type of rain that cancels plans. Now, Labor Day Monday, we might have to hike up the rain chances just a little bit, because I think not only are we going to see some downpours, but I think we'll have a little bit more convection, some more lightning Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday. Now, let's take you to the extended outlook, looking ahead into next week. When it comes to the tropics, September 10th is the peak of hurricane season, so we're getting awfully close to that. And now there's 2 areas that the National Hurricane Center is monitoring. First and foremost, this cluster of storms. They've given a 40% probability of seeing development. And then there's a wave coming off the west coast of Africa. That one right now has a 20% chance of development, again, over the next 7 days. So it's going to be something that we monitor. How are these storms developing? Are they getting organization? And where are they tracking? Right now, both of these are moving towards the west, and they're moving slowly around 10 to 15 miles an hour. Let's start with this area that has a 40% chance of development, because of course it's a little bit closer and it has a little bit of a higher probability of development. Notice it's pretty obscure as we go into the weekend. You can't really see it too defined. It's a little bit muddled, just a batch of storms passing through the Lesser Antilles. But by the time it gets to the Caribbean and it gets closer to the Yucatan, there's a potential, this is what the European model is hinting at, that it could get more organized. But notice this is next weekend. So this is Sunday, September 8th. So we still have quite a bit of time to watch that. If it does get organization, it would get the next name on the list, which is Francine. So yes, we still have to monitor the tropics, even though it has been fairly quiet for the Atlantic in the last 2 weeks. Let's take it 1 week at a time with the local forecast. Next 7 days, you've got a healthy rain chance each and every day, 50 to 60%. Those temperatures are going to be fairly tame. We're going to be in the mid to upper 80s, which is below average for this time of year.